A very good evening to you. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Eugene Ochieng Kwach, and this is The Insight, a show, of course, which is here to educate and enlighten you on the happenings or the updates of the week. And apart from that, we get to discuss a lot of things, various issues that are happening on the political scene. Well, today, of course, we are here to, as we inform you about the latest developments this week on Kenya's, one of the daily newspapers this week, there has been an headline going big with the speculated question if this is truly Raila Odinga's running mate, referring to Peter Kenneth, former Gatanga Member of Parliament. Of course, One Kenya Alliance, which issued a statement strongly denouncing claims of being summoned by President Uhuru Kenyatta to back former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. But what exactly is the solo numeric strength of One Kenya Alliance in the 2022 presidential contest? And would their entry into either Odinga or Ruto's camp impact anything? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this together with much more here on The Insight tonight. We're going to discuss and elucidate much on it. But of course, I have guests with me. But before I introduce my guest, of course, you can interact with us on our SMS line that is 21144. You can also keep the conversation flowing on our various social media platforms, that is at GBS TV Africa, at Eugene Ochieng Kwach. Well, my first guest tonight is Joseph Chege. Joseph Chege is a Jubilee youth leader from Mount Kenya wing. We have Dennis Maguta. Dennis Maguta is a UDA youth leader Rift Valley and a member of parliament aspirant Kasarani constituency 2022. Gentlemen, thank you so much for honoring this invite. Well, I'd like to start with you, Mr. Joseph Chege. Is Jubilee still in existence?
As a matter of fact, existence or non-existence of a party depends if that party is fielding a presidential candidate.
Okay.
If you are not fielding a presidential candidate, then your existing or not existing is not of much importance. And Jubilee is not fielding a presidential candidate.
Okay.
Jubilee, we are going into coalition with ODM.
Okay.
And we are fielding a coalition called Azimio la Umoja.
Okay.
Inawezekana. Because we have seen over the last 3 years the peace and tranquility that this country have enjoyed.
Okay.
We'll want that to continue for the prosperity and the economy of our country.
Okay.
So our candidate in Jubilee, that is per se, we are not shy to say it, it is former Prime Minister.
Okay.
His Excellency, Prime Minister.
Well, according to you, do you think that the president is losing grip on power and, of course, is entering the lame duck presidency stage? Because you're saying that Jubilee is no longer in existence. That is according to you. You're now forging a new way forward. That is the Azimio la Umoja.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
In 2013, when Kibaki was coming to exit the power, the information on the table is from October 2012, Kibaki never signed any document to the president. In fact, the only thing he did was to give university charters. Are you together?
Okay.
He was handing over literally to the next president. What Uhuru is doing whenever you see him with Baba, he's handing over literally the power to the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who is the next president. So Uhuru becoming a lame duck or not a lame duck, Uhuru's term is coming to an end in 2022. So we are looking at the term that Baba will take us, a Mandela moment, Azimio la Umoja.
Mr. Dennis Maguta.
Yes.
The deputy president.
Yes.
Is part of Jubilee.
Yes.
Is he part of Jubilee?
Yes, legally is part of Jubilee according to the Constitution of Kenya.
Okay.
And thank you for having us today. Yes, is part of Jubilee, and legally Jubilee still exists, but politically, with political power, Jubilee is as good as dead.
We talk about UDA. Anytime we of course, right now in the political scene,
yes,
you speak of UDA, and what comes to the mind of every Kenyan, I believe, is the Deputy President William Ruto. So what is happening is is the deputy president shifting grounds from Jubilee to UDA?
Yes, 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 yes. That is absolutely right. And those that are telling DP to resign, you see, UDA is part of the Jubilee coalition. So, in fact, the people that should need to resign and be expelled out of the government are the member of parliaments in Jubilee side that are supporting, that have declared publicly they are supporting the ODM, the ODM candidature or the ODM work, because now they are denouncing their party that propelled them to the power, to parliament. But for deputy president and UDA and they have called them Tanga Tanga team, they are good, because if you see the Constitution Act, the Party Constitution Act elaborates well that any party that is in coalition, that is in a coalition within a certain coalition, they are as good as brothers and sisters. But ODM with Jubilee are not in any coalition. So deputy president being on UDA and shifting grounds to UDA, the time of Jubilee has ended. People need to change, and this is a paradigm shift. We are going to UDA, and we're going to UDA to do marvelous.
Can you revert a bit? He said that the next president
Yes.
is Raila Amolo Odinga. You are a supporter of the deputy president, William Ruto.
Yes.
What do you think about this? As because he's saying that actually the president is working so hard to hand over power
Yes.
to the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga.
Thank you very much. Let me remind you, we are in a democratic country. Even you, Eugene, can wake up today and say, I'm vying for a presidency. No, president has no any power to hand to the next president. I mean, he can just say, he can just endorse, and that is what they are fighting. Everybody is disturbing the president until he has forgotten his work. Everybody is trying to tell the president, endorse me, endorse me, endorse me. That is what they are doing. But this is a democratic country where anybody can stand in a position of presidency and ask for the votes, and that is what we are doing in our part. I cannot tell you that 100% DPU is going to be the next president, because that we leave it to God. But dalili ya mvua in Kiswahili ni mawingu. You can see who is almost clinching the power. You know, expecting endorsement and people to give you a certain individual to give you powers, that is not democratic. And that cannot happen, because you know very well we are going to campaigns, everybody is going to lay down his or her agenda, and the citizens are going to choose who they want.
Maguta, the deputy president
Yes.
is on record several times criticizing the government.
Yes.
He is part of the government
Yes.
as the deputy president.
Yes.
Actually, he is the second senior in the government.
Yes.
Why can't he resign?
Okay. I don't know. You know, there is something that we call sabotage. Why are people pushing him to resign anyway? Why are people pushing him to resign?
Why can't you resign from a government that you are criticizing?
You see, constitutionally, deputy president was elected alongside the president of Kenya. If you're telling deputy president to resign, then you want to tell us you are subjecting us to another general election immediately, because these were the duoco that were elected, the two of them. So the point of resigning, they should forget about that. They should leave that until the term ends, but let the truth be said, because you can see it very well. When the handshake came in, every structure and every purpose of the Jubilee government that they wanted to do, when everything was dismissed and they started discussing other things. They left Big Four, they left the agenda of the nation, they started discussing the changing of constitution and handing over power. Now they came and sabotaged. That's why even the Jubilee is dead. They sabotaged the deputy president. Deputy president gets commands from his boss. And who is his boss? The president of Kenya. And when the same commands are not being directed to him, it is directed to a junior person, that is the likes of Matiang'i. He has nothing to do but just keep quiet and say what is happening, because he doesn't have power. The state power belongs to only the president.
Mr. Joseph Chege, as you give a rejoinder to that, is the relationship, the rock bottom relationship between the deputy president and the president Far from over.
It's done. Apart from that, that there's nothing. President and the deputy president, there's nothing. It's over. Rock bottom. I want to rejoin what he said because he's confirming what I told you.
Okay.
That Raila is the next president. He have said that UDA is a part of Jubilee. Jubilee NEC have endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga. So in their part, they have already, not knowingly, they have endorsed Raila to be the next president. Because he has said UDA is part of what? It's part of the bigger Jubilee.
Okay.
It's the part of the bigger Jubilee.
Okay.
Let me continue.
Okay.
And again, he has told you that Jubilee is over. And he acknowledges that the deputy president is the deputy leader of
Jubilee.
Which is already over. That's why I'm telling them, you know, there's something we call subconscious mind.
Okay.
It tries to tell you things that you can't say with your mouth. Subconscious mind is telling you that the UDA have already accepted the defeat and they are coming with a coalition with ODM so that we can have a Mandela moment for this country.
Okay.
But he can't be able to tell you that. He has to bring issues. For me, I'm very sure. Because I will tell you something. Kenyans know that Raila Amolo Odinga has won elections before.
Okay.
It is not a rocket science, but issues came along and he was not given over the power.
Okay.
If you look at the political arithmetics of this country,
Chege,
for the first time,
Chege,
yes.
Why will you say that Raila Odinga has won the presidency?
Very good.
And
that's where I'm coming.
And actually,
and that's where I'm
as
coming.
he said earlier,
Yes.
and I can refer to what he said, that Kenya is a democratic nation.
I'm telling you this because
Yes.
he has, I'm talking from his mouth,
Okay.
indications. Deputy President has campaigned for 9 years.
Okay.
9 years. And in those 9 years, the big four he's talking about is the reason they were not implemented in the first term. Because Deputy President was campaigning along. All the projects that the President had planned to be done in this country, you can name them from Aror, Kimwarer, money just vanished in thin air. Deputy President in record saying that it's not 21 billion that got lost, it's 7 billion.
Okay.
As if 7 billion is 50 shillings, you can go there and buy a loaf.
Okay.
It pains Kenyans when a person of such caliber can tell Kenyans, oh, don't worry Kenyans, it's only 7 billion and not 21. And they are coming to tell Kenyans that the reason the Big Four agenda was not achieved was because of Raila coming in.
Okay.
I want to tell you, go to the developments that have been made since 2018, when the country has, the deputy president has been kept aside with his gun first. You can go to the Keno, Do Courage, you can go to Dibadam, you can go to Dwake, you can go to Karimeno, you can go to Mau Mau Road, you can go to Kofi. Even last year, the farmers were able to receive the highest bonus they have ever received, almost 109. Are we together?
Yes.
But when they were together, not even a coin.
Okay.
Money just used to vanish right, left, and center. And they are on the record saying that. Even the president himself, the other day he was in Ruiru, and a president of a nation, head of state, pleading with Kenyans, Kenyans, please, don't elect thieves. He has seen it all. Are you together? Coming to a moment as Kenyans now, we are deciding that this country is going to the dogs. To a point of telling Kenyans now, we are not about talking about democracy. Socrates once said that, and I'll give you that example. He said that, assuming you are in the middle of an ocean, you have a bunch of captains, and like 10 of them, and you have the normal people, the passengers, around maybe 200. And then you tell them, you guys decide who should do what, who should captain the ship. Now the captains are 10. The other guys are over 200. Who will win? The other two guys. Are you together? But the ship, because they don't have experience, is going to do what? To wreck. Are you together? That's what's happening in this country. Are you together? Most of the people have tested what we call handouts.
Okay.
To a point, yesterday the deputy president, Kangata, brought 40,000 as a harambe. And he was told by the deputy president, it's so shameful that wewe si mtu wa kutoa 40,000 enda utafute 100,000. What are we encouraging? We're encouraging handouts because if Kang'ata doesn't have the 40,000, he's the senator of Murang'a. He will go to Murang'a University, talk with the vice chancellor, bring the money so that I can give in Harambes so that people can love me.
Well,
together.
okay.
So the issue, I wanted to bring his issue
Yes.
about the Big Four agenda.
Okay.
Kenyans are not stupid. They have been in this country.
Please add a
Yes.
voice in this
Yes, yes,
before we
yes.
shift to another
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kindly let me just say, you know, when you start talking about thieves, yes, the president said they do not vote thieves in,
Okay.
but he didn't specify who is a thief. So if I can say, I even as the people at Hustler Nation, we don't know who is a thief. Talking of Kimarere and Aror Dam, I want to say this. We were surprised to see COVID money getting lost. You know, people stealing from the sick. So we don't know who is the thief so far. And not unless somebody is taken to court and proven guilty.
Yes.
So for that one, I don't want to say much about the president saying do not vote in thieves.
No, Ruto
and
has been
again,
taken.
and again, saying that we UDA have accepted that we are going to, we have as UDA team, as Hustler Nation team, we have our presidential candidate.
Okay.
You see, with the Jubilee and ODM, even at the moment, we don't know who we are going to compete with.
Okay.
First of all, if I want to tell anybody anything, I want to tell anybody that people that are confused, they don't even know what they want. They don't even know what they want, because right now, yesterday I see Wambogo Ngojiri saying that by next year, no, today in the morning, Kiambu, I saw Kiambu Senator Wamatangi saying that if Jubilee restructure itself, then we shall think if we are going with it. But I'm going to listen to the ground. Listen, and those are the diehards of Jubilee. Right now, these Jubilee characters that I think, I don't know if they have already coalesced with, because they have not even given a press statement that we have officially coalesced with.
Okay.
Working with the former prime minister doesn't say that now you are supporting the former prime minister.
Okay.
So if the president is working with, the president can choose who to work with and work with. But president himself, I've never even said that I'm going, he can wake up tomorrow and say it's Gideon Moi. So I don't know these guys, what told them that it is Raila Amolo Odinga who is going to be the project of the state. But then again, if it happens that it will be going to be Raila Amolo Odinga, I want to say this. We cannot be dealing with project of state, project of few people.
Okay.
We want to deal with the project of the people, but not project of some people.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, sir, as you also, I'd love to ask, in our conversation, you say that Jubilee is a dead party. But again, Jubilee, there's a looming merger between Jubilee and ODM. Isn't this going to affect the presidency, the candidacy of Raila Amolo Odinga, gearing towards 2022 succession politics?
Let me tell you, it has reached a point in our country.
Yes.
Are we together? Jokers will listen to the ground, but leaders will listen to their conscience for the sake of this nation.
Mr. Maguta, key political parties in the 2022 contest, including the OCA affiliates, the ODM, the Raila-led ODM party, we have the Kenyatta-led Jubilee, and of course, Ruto's new-found outfit, that is the UDA, are to hold a conference this year. What kind of alignments do we anticipate for?
Yes, as we are heading to 2022, everybody is, especially with those the parties, like the OCA and the rest, everybody is, let's agree fast, fighting for political interest. And we expect OCA to affiliate with, to make a merger with one of the main characters, that is Ruto and Raila. First of all, we agree that the main characters in this game is Ruto and Raila, but there will be a third force. The third force is the OCA. You see, somebody like Mudavadi, the last election had in 2007 he had almost 800,000 votes. You cannot dismiss 800,000 votes. Well, first of all, I want to say that, but in OCA, their force is so minimal, almost to extinction. If today they split, that is done. That's why they keep themselves together. And there is a problem between them because everybody wants the upper hand in their force. So their force, that can be the third force, but it is as minimal, almost to extinction, the Oka force. Now, this is what is going to happen, and you have seen people running from Jubilee to UDA mostly. Others are going to ODM, but of course we have not seen many. In fact, we have not even had any of the Jubilee member going to ODM. Only we can talk of Kabogo. Kabogo was not even in Jubilee. Was not even in the government. Kabogo was just there, but we have seen the people running from Jubilee to UDA, and we expect that much more. And I want to ask my friend, my fellow elite here, saying that there will be, the UDA will have no force, or the people of Jubilee or Mount Kenya have run to ODM. A leader expresses the feelings of his people. Now, when you see leaders in Jubilee defecting not to ODM and key political leaders but to UDA, you see that alignment gives you a lot of worry if you are aligned to ODM and the ODM part as a Jubilee member, because it shows you what. Look at the Waigoro. Waigoro recently defected to UDA, and Waigoro is a major factor in politics. We cannot just dismiss Waigoro. And he defected, saying that this is what the ground has said.
Okay, Chege, your voice.
UDA has no any member of parliament except one, Kawanji.
Yes.
Everybody else is
after 4 months.
Jubilee.
After 4 months.
Everybody else is a Jubilee. That Waigoro that is running, I don't know, it's like you are running in the room. Everybody else, including the deputy president.
What kind of alignments do you anticipate for 2020?
There will be alignments, and all those alignments you can see from now. The signs are there.
Okay.
Oka, Kenya,
Yes.
all of them are leaning towards one person.
Okay.
Just listen to what they're saying. It is a moment that you cannot dispute.
Okay.
The change is coming. A Mandela moment is there. Even the Oka Kenya themselves.
Okay.
They are leaning towards who? Towards Raila Amolo Odinga.
You have mentioned the Oka.
Yes.
And of course, it's a very critical group in the succession matrix of 2022.
Yes.
Now, my question is, what actually is the Oka game plan? Do they want to come in as kingmakers, or are they going to join
The Oka
Ruto or Odinga's camp?
Because Oka members, Eugene, in fact, I don't know, I feel for them, because in politics, now Oka have diminished themselves to just settle like babies in politics. Let me tell you, Oka members, they have know where they're going. Alfred Mutua, Mudavadi, Gideon Moi, their time is not now. The time that is now is for the Hustler Nation. And the only force that will shake Hustler Nation is the Raila force. Leave alone these people that are talking about the Jubilee. In fact, these people, they're just lying to Mzee. They are saying, hey, Raila, you are our project. And even they are not doing anything. They are not doing anything just to say. I want to say this. We cannot dismiss fully 100% the third force that is Oka. But the Oka themselves, themselves in that Kaklich, they have a problem because they have not identified criteria and ways to fight their battle. So at the end of the day, I'm assuring you, Oka will split into two, and others will run to Hustler Nation, and others will remain with Baba. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chege, on at least 3 occasions, presidential hopefuls, that is Musalia Mudavadi and Stephen Kalonzo, have had to face the ghost of 2017 fallout with Raila Odinga. That is the former Prime Minister, in joint meetings by President Uhuru Kenyatta and also attended by Kanu Gideon Moi. Can you still have doubts whether the President is crafting a grand alliance to take up the country's leadership mantle?
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. The whole thing 2022, don't be lied. President will be at the center of the seekers.
Okay.
The whole thing, it will be planned and done by the outgoing and the incoming, because Kenya is a progressive nation. Are you together? It has to come where have we left? Where are we going as a nation? Because we have 2030 vision, and it has to be something that is gradual. I want to say what he has said so that our viewers can understand the confusion in the bottom ups. They are saying, he started by saying, he feels for Oka because they are Serelak babies. They are nothing, they are finished. In the same rejoinder he said that, he said he cannot entirely dismiss Oka.
Yes.
Are you together? They are nothing. In the next meeting, they cannot dismiss them. Are you together? They still have a force. That's what these people are. They are double-mouthed people. Their leader will call President Uhuru in Mombasa, Tapeli, 2 days to Mashujaa. When the president is sitting there, he will say, Your Excellency President, your legacy will never be forgotten. You have built roads, dams, coffee. These people, they talk to entice the crowds at that moment. It is not an issue of statesman. I will not be here to call Oka Serelak babies. I know Mudavadi is a force. I know Kalonzo is a force. I know Gideon Moi is a force. I know Fred Mutua is a force. And whichever side that they will lean on, it will be a plus. Thank you.
But you see, let me tell my friend here. In fact, in the point of transition, let me remind you, when Moi was almost getting out of the power, here in Kasarani, just here in Kasarani, he said, if it were me, ingekuwa kupenda kwangu, ningependa huyu akuwe president. So he endorsed Uhuru Kenyatta live on a live podium. But what happened? People were tired of the Moi regime. What they did is they voted in Kibaki. Sasawa. Why said we cannot dismiss entirely the Oka principles, because at the end of the day they have a certain force, but the force is like the force of a baby. That's why I call them Serelak babies in politics.
Mr. Chege,
This is
Just
very
answering
important for clans to get.
yes.
People are tired of Moi regime. What he's not telling you that people are tired of Uhuruto. If it's about tiredness, people are tired of. If that's what you want to say, subconsciously, that people are tired of this regime. This regime is made of who? Uhuru and Ruto. So they are going.
Just to answer him, if people are tired of Ruto, they could not have elected back Uhuru in 2017. What people are tired of is this last regime, the handshake regime. People are really tired of the handshake regime, and that's why there is a paradigm shift in politics. Politics, now we are going to do politics of the interest of the people, not the interest of 2 or 3 people that are trying to endorse themselves and transition power. No. So people are tired of the handshake. Let me answer him correctly. Yes. People are tired of the handshake government. And the handshake government, I can tell you broadly, I can tell you confidently that the handshake government, Ruto was left out, and everybody has seen that. So, my friend, people are tired. So if you're believing in politics of endorsement, if you're believing to get power through endorsement or through somebody giving you power on hands, that is long gone. Right now, the politics has changed, and they really need to wake up. They really need to face this, because we are in another regime. We are in another year. We are in another season of politics. People want to listen. What are you coming to do for us right now? Don't tell us. You see, somebody said, if you want to know the history of Kenya, listen to Raila Amolo Odinga. But if you want to know where Kenya is going, listen to William Samoei Ruto. And that's what I'll leave it at that point.
Mr.
Chege, in 20 seconds.
In just 5 seconds,
Yes.
he's talking about handshake government. And because our viewers are elitist, they are mature, they know. I want him to name one person from Odinga side who is in cabinet. There is none. Okay. It is Ruto's people in cabinet running the government and Uhuru's people running the government. There is nothing handshake government. The running government right now, Ruto has like half of the government. There. Cabinet secretaries. These people are liars.
First of all, we are going for a very short break. We are going to come back, and of course, we are going to hear from you, and of course, we are going to discuss other issues also in the political scene and various updates that are there. So, ladies and gentlemen, back at home, well, you can keep the conversation going at 21144. That is our SMS line. You can also use GBS TV Africa at Eugene Ochieng Kwach. That is our various social media platforms where you can also get to interact with us. We are going for a short break, but we are going to come just back. Welcome back to the Inside. Of course, this is where you get all issues discussed, of course, deliberately for you to understand even deeply. And of course, we bring various stakeholders on the show. And of course, tonight we have this gentleman with us, and of course, they are discussing about the numerical strength of Oka, and of course, its game plan gearing towards 2022 succession politics. Well, Chege, you are rejoinder on what he said, and of course, what do you think the numerical strength of Oka gearing towards 2022 is?
The numerical of Oka matters a lot in 2022. We are heading to a campaign. What he's forgetting, we're heading to a campaign that it's not only a winner. It is 50 plus one. And 50 plus one can be derailed even by those 400,000 votes from Musalia. Or even 200,000 votes from Kalonzo. Or even that 100 or 50,000 from Gideon Moi. So to me, they matter a lot. Mudavadi is not just any politician. Kalonzo has been the kingpin of Ukambani. He's not just anybody. And don't be lied by the small by-election you saw around. He's still maybe the same person. Are you together? So to me, the Oka, they play a significant role on who will be announced the winner. 800,000 is nothing, but when it comes to the game of 50 plus 1, it means everything. So to me, Oka, any presidential candidate who will woo the Oka to his side, he has taken it.
I told you that I am not disagreeing.
You call them Cerelacs.
Yes, they are, and I repeat, they are. You see, I stand with my view. I repeat, I am not disagreeing, but you should remember one thing. The 10 years gap that Uhuru Ruto...
Why would you believe that, do you think that actually losing the loss of Wiper in Ukambani, in a recent by-election, could determine even the presidential maybe elections maybe is following? Does that by any mean determine his influence in Ukambani?
You see, the influence, and in fact, the loss was at MCA level. Let me tell you, that is where people interact one-on-one. That is where I said you should listen to people in Mashambani. And that was Mashambani, and in fact, the lowest seat.
But it could have been maybe the popularity of the candidate was not...
But you see, in politics in Kenya right now, that's why even the UDA characters are trying to sell the party nationally. Party matters a lot. When you see an independent candidate winning MCA seat in a region that is proposed to be a Wiper area, there is a big problem. Independent candidate taking with a good margin, not even just winning. MCA taking with a good margin. That is where the problem has started. And why am I saying this, that they will not have a big effect? You see, right now, we have who? Alfred Mutua is in the game. They are not in conjunction with Kalonzo Musyoka. If we go to Western, Mudavadi is there. Ford Kenya is there. They are divided. So let me tell you, the strength that they had in 2007, Boni Khalwale was in Ford Kenya, and they supported Raila Amolo Odinga. And they supported their guy, Mudavadi. Now, they decided to make a coalition to ODM. Right now, as we are speaking, those guys have separated. You see, well, that is where I'm saying the Oka number right now will not matter a lot. But I'm not dismissing them fully. That's why I call them Cerelac baby. A baby is a human being also, but he's growing. And the problem with them, when it comes 2022, right now they have not set their standard. They have not said, we as Oka, listen, we as Oka, we are supporting either Mudavadi, Gideon, or who, so that now they move as one force.
Is there a possibility of Oka supporting the deputy president?
There is a big possibility. In politics, you can never dismiss anything. We can wake up tomorrow and Mudavadi has decided that I'm joining bottom-up movement.
And what could be the impact of the Cerelac babies?
The Cerelac baby, they will bring now the little impact that I told you. that is still left
Okay.
into the Hustler Nation movement. But right now, let me tell you the truth. Since there is war, wherever there is war, there is no peace, there is no misunderstanding. So they cannot move. Just yesterday, they said we cannot be hoodwinked
Okay.
to support a candidate.
I want us to shift the conversation. We are going to come back to that a bit much later.
Yes.
But let me ask you this. The political landscape, there's a lot that is happening. And of course, you saw recently in a newspaper that Gatanga MP, the former Gatanga MP, that is Kenneth, is running as, he might be the deputy president for the running mate for Raila Odinga. What do you think about this? And how actually is it going to impact on the matrix of the 2022 succession politics?
The issue of Peter Kenneth, you have asked about the running mate in Mount Kenya. We are not going to talk that in conclusivity. But the good thing is, all the people we are looking for as the Mount Kenya leaders, of course, the community has to sit down. We are not the handout guys.
Okay.
The committee has to sit down and ask in a structured and disciplined conversation what is there for Mount Kenya people for us to have a deputy president. That's why Peter Kenneth is there. We have Peter Munya from the east. We have Ali from Rift Valley. We have Kagwe. We have all those people.
Okay.
So I cannot discuss about Peter Kenneth being a deputy president for Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay.
Are we together? We are still in conversation, and when the time comes, the mountain will unveil the next kingpin.
But, okay, we have seen even Martha Karua being endorsed by Moses Kuria. Can you entirely say that now Martha Karua and former Gatanga MP are the guys to watch, and they're the people that are going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta? Are they to 2022?
For me,
Yes.
and I want this to be my own opinion,
Okay.
Mother Karua usually has a shaky political career.
Okay.
From the time he resigned, being a justice, a minister in the Kibaki government, when you're in politics, you fight to the bitter end. But not because you have been pushed out there, you just now resigning or something like that. Again, we tested Mother Karua. We had our interest in the BBI, one man, one vote, one shilling. If he could not support the interest that was for the Mount Kenya, how sure are we that he can support our interests when he goes there? How sure are we that when he goes there, he will not be pushed around and then again resign on matters of integrity or something like that? For me, Mother Karua is a good leader, but first, he has to fine-tune some things so that when we are coming to the table, she's our lady. We love her. She's
Okay.
courageous.
What do you
brave.
think? Add a voice to what?
What I'd like to say is, about running mate right now,
Yes.
we don't have a big problem as Hustler Nation, but towards as we continue, we shall unveil and we shall pick the right candidate, and we shall tell who is the candidate. But talking of Peter Kenneth, proposed that is the running mate for Raila Amolo Odinga. First of all, why are they even looking for why do we have an insinuation that Peter Kenneth is the running mate? Why else Raila Amolo Odinga himself has not even declared that he's running for any seat. We'd rather even talk about Ruto and his running mate. First of all, that's why I don't know about these the Jubilee people, the Kieleweke, because Jubilee, we have still Tanga now coming out.
Okay.
The Kieleweke diehards, I don't know what's happening with them, because they are choosing a running mate to a president that has not yet declared. As for Martha Karua has a historic political career that is good, especially for a lady. At a personal view, for my own personal, what I can say about Martha Karua, Kenya can move to a historic moment where we have a deputy president as a woman. But as for now, those that run with the affairs of Deputy President, the running mate of William Samoei Ruto have not said they are going to pick anybody. What I'm just trying to say is, Martha Karua is a good lady. Politically, he has done a lot. You see, even she defended Constitution lately. She was the only defendee of the Constitution that failed terribly. It was null and void. So that woman has a, and we can move to agenda equality political arena. So there is no problem with Moses Kuria endorsing. Moses Kuria is a political genius in his own way. So he has no problem. In fact, I don't have a problem with Moses Kuria saying that Martha Karua can be a running mate of William Samoei Ruto. But time will tell. As from now till December or till maybe May next year, we shall see. What we only want to see is, you see, as president, we have seen what happened between Ruto and Uhuru. As a president, you hold most of the state power, right? As a president, you hold most of the state power. What we want is a president of the people, a president that will not beat his deputy, will not, I don't know even the term to use, what has been done to deputy president. So we only want a president that has humanity and humility to his deputy. So any deputy can work, and that will leave it to the UDA officials to tell us, and the deputy president alone.
Well, we are talking about Mount Kenya. When we talk about a deputy or a running mate, there's been a conversation that the people as Mount Kenya must have a running mate. And actually, there was one of the minimums, the minimums that had been set by Moses Kuria in anyone who would love to have them vote for them. So my question is, why aren't we talking about other parts of the country? Why only Mount Kenya region?
I'm telling you for free.
Yes.
And this will come to pass, and you will call me for this show. Ruto will not pick a running mate from Mount Kenya. He don't trust people of Mount Kenya. Not even a single day. Ruto will not pick a running mate from Mount Kenya. In Jubilee, ODM coalition, we have a freedom of even second guessing. Peter Kenneth, Martha Karua, Munya, Kagwe, Ri. In ODA, you cannot even, it's suicide. It's genocide to try and guess a deputy president. Because the day they will name a deputy president, it will be the end of order. That's why nobody can be guessed. Rigathi Gachagua is there with 800 million, just dumping, have bought the position as the deputy president. The reason Moses Kuria is running away until he's burning his legs is because of the same thing. The reason Kionjori has run away from UDA is because of the same thing. The reason Waiguru is running to UDA is because of the same thing. They cannot dare name a deputy. And the day he will name a deputy, there will be no UDA. UDA is not anything founded on principles. It has been founded on things that you can see. I come with my money, I buy a deputy president position. And that's why there's not even a structured way of talking things. Everybody is fighting how must have, and that is politics anyway. I'm not saying bad, but watch this space.
No.
They can't second guess who is there.
Why aren't you talking of any other place? Why aren't you talking about Eastern Kenya, Ukambani?
I'm telling you this because of this.
Why only Mount Kenya Mount Kenya?
Mount Kenya, we are talking about Mount Kenya because as a matter of fact,
yes,
you will never run away from. Politics is about numbers.
Okay.
Are we together? Mount Kenya alone, it has over 10 million voters. If all of us vote, in fact, if Mount Kenya votes alone, 40% of the bloc, they have it. Mount Kenya are talking about the Kikuyus, the Merus, and the Embus. They have that bloc. You go to Rift Valley, 30% are people from Mount Kenya. Are you together? The whole of Rift Valley, 30%, or even 40% people from Mount Kenya. So that is the reason a deputy president must come from what? Mount Kenya. Because we can't have the 40% of the bloc. And now you are telling us go home and watch. Why is he saying that Kalonzo is nobody, Mudavadi is nobody? It's because they don't have the political numbers. As we have a political number, even if we are serious and say this is our presidential candidate, we are still going to make the other presidential candidate run for his money. Because you have what? You have the numbers.
Let us put this a scenario that he does not choose a deputy president or a running mate, for that matter, from Mount Kenya. And Raila Odinga, of course, who is a close rival, chooses a Mount Kenya as a running mate, a guy from Mount Kenya as a running mate. What implications will this be to the presidency, the presidential race of 2022?
Yes, thank you very much.
The two top contenders.
Thank you very much. I want to first rectify that thing that you were saying Raila Odinga. As per now, let us not put words to Raila Amolo Odinga's mouth. Okay. Raila Amolo has not said I'm vying. But what he has done is he has walked around Mount Kenya saying, let us have Azimio la Umoja. And I am wondering who is fighting so that we have Umoja. Anyway, it's good to have Umoja. Okay. But let me say, if at all Raila Odinga stands for the presidency and chooses a Mount Kenya candidate, running mate, it will bring impact depending on who he chooses. But that impact right now, Mount Kenya are not even looking for a running mate. And thank you very much. He said that you cannot guess a running mate for Ruto now. But that's a good thing, where you cannot guess that it is a Luo, it is a Kale, it is a Kikuyu, it is a what. That's a hustler nation. That's a nation of the people, where we have only a president as William Samuel Ruto. About the running mate, people can choose who he can run with. It is not a must that it becomes a Mount Kenya candidate, but he himself, does Ruto have love from Mount Kenya as a person? What Raila is depending on is his running mate. You see, but Ruto himself has gone to Mount Kenya and said, I want you to vote for me because of this and this, and Mount Kenya has accepted. And like the Kieleweke side, the ODM side, where they have to depend on a running mate, that is where the difference is. Are we together up to there? Okay. That is where the only difference is. But I want to say again, having a president that where you cannot say who is the running mate, that's good for the Kenyans, because we can choose a running mate from Mombasa, or a running mate can be from Luo, but still the Mount Kenya votes can go to Ruto. Because Ruto himself has proved that to Mount Kenya people that I'm coming to work for you. And Ruto is not only running for Mount Kenya, he's running for the sake of the whole Kenya. That's why his rallies is all over. He's now in Bungoma today, he's in Bungoma yesterday, was in Northeastern, around Kenya. So Mount Kenya has a candidate, and their candidate is William Samuel Ruto. They are not worrying about his deputy. But they are not worrying about the deputy from Mount Kenya. They don't have a problem with that. What they know is people from Mount Kenya are hustlers. People from Mount Kenya are people that needs a conducive environment for their business. Youths from Mount Kenya are youths that needs to get job. Women, Mama Mboga from Mount Kenya are people that needs a government that will give them incentives to improve their work. And that's why they have found William Samuel Ruto. They are not thinking of who will stand for them as they are. You see, these people, they want to say, the ODM side, they want to tell us that, Sasa, this is our guy, we will vote for you because of this guy. But they have decided they will vote for Ruto because of his agendas. Okay,
let me ask this question. Bottom-up approach, Azimio la Umoja, which way for Kenyans?
Let me tell you. Bottom approach is a lot of nonsense. Is a lot of nonsense, and I want to tell my the people who are listening as I wrap up. Warren Buffett said that for a leader you look at three things: intelligence, energy, and integrity. If that person lacks the last thing, the integrity, no matter the policies they come up, it's a lot of nonsense. I'm telling you about the policies. Moi University has over 100 professors who can come with policies about changing the world, changing the business, changing the environment, changing the economy. All those professors, they can come with a very good book of policies. But why has Moi University gone to the dogs? Is it lack of policies? Our audience will tell. It is not lack of policy. It's because they had a professor who could come up with the policies, had all the policies, but lacked integrity. We usually say that, don't tell us what we will do. We are seeing what you are doing now. And that's a lot of bottom-up nonsense. Azimio la Umoja, we are bringing a person who has been jailed for years for this nation. Raila went to jail. The reason you see Raila doing like this is because he was jailed in dark rooms fighting for this country. Today I'm typing. The freedom is because of Raila. And that time, the person who was beating Raila Odinga on the street as he was fighting for this country is William Samoei Ruto under YK92. The only people who can listen to all these lies are people who are under 20, who don't know this country. So as Azimio la Umoja, we are bringing people who fought along our heroes, Akina Kenneth Matiba, Akina Charles Rubia, and that is Raila Amolo Odinga. That man has paid with blood, with jail. His mother was buried while he was in Shimoratewa, fighting for this country, not knowing. And the people are doing that time. Ruto, Secretary General, YK92. Kenyans, open your eyes. Don't be deceived by policies. A thief has come, hoodwinked everything in a bottom-up nonsense, eaten everything in this country with those policies. Policies will not help. It will not have an impact.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Relax. You need to cool down. Let me tell you.
Yes.
If you say Ruto was beating, no, those are allegations.
No,
yeah?
the question is
bottom up as Mio. I want to just wrap up there. You say, I'm coming to that. YK92 allegation that it is Ruto was beating Raila, but we have heard also allegation that Raila wanted to bring a coup to this country. I don't know, those are allegations. So people watch out. Now, bottom up, right now we are not going to vote for anybody because of your background, because of who you are, because of your family. People are going to vote for any candidate that will come on board because of the current situation. 1992, 1963 is not the situation that we have now. Economy of 1963, 1972, 1980, 1990, 2005 is not the economy that we have now. The problems that we are having now as youths is not the problem that youths of 2000 had. So if you're telling me that I should vote for somebody because this guy was jailed, this guy is a brother to somebody prominent, this guy came from a royal family, because that is the direction he took us, then you are wrong. And right now, the millions of students that graduate every year from a university need jobs. The millions of hustlers in the ground need tax-free or relaxed tax-free season. The millions of Kenyans that are suffering health-wise need at least a relaxed NHIF program. Millions of Kenya right now are suffering from post-COVID distract from the COVID pandemic. So don't tell me I should vote for anybody because of your name, because of who you are or where you came from 1960s. Right now we are in 2021, heading to 2022, where we sleep hungry, where we have insecurity, where the economy is bad. Somebody come and tell me, give me the agendas, and these your agendas that serves me right now as we are speaking, and these agendas come from the bottom-up economic model. Right now we are not in any war, we are not fighting with anybody. Don't tell me as Azimio la Umoja, you're telling me to greet who? Eugene, you are my friend. In my neighbors are Kikuyus, are Kalenjin, are Kisis. Azimio la Umoja, what for? Those people need to eat. Those people need health systems that work. Those people need to go to work. Their youths, their children need to work. So you come up with Azimio la Umoja, my friend, you should tell me where is the war so that we call even the UN for peace treaty. Thank you very much. So bottom up for the day. The economy is bad. We need to restructure the economy. Thank you very much.
William Shakespeare, in one of his many sonnets, says that the world is but a stage, and every man in his own time plays many roles. It has its own entrances and exits. Well, we have Azimio la Umoja, and of course we also have the bottom-up approach. And now the conversation for a very long time in Kenya now, as we head towards 2022, is which idea is right for Kenyans, which idea is not good for Kenyans actually. And of course on the show we have had Dennis Maguta, and of course who is a UDA youth leader from Rift Valley, and of course we have had Chege. Chege comes from Mount Kenya as a youth leader from Jubilee. And of course we have had a candid and deliberate conversation that is here to enlighten you and educate you on the issues that are happening on the political scene. And of course we touch also on current affairs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know that when it's Friday 8 p.m, then of course we have the insights, and of course with Eugene Ochieng Kwach. Well, on behalf of everyone else who has made this happen, I do wish you a good evening.